Welcome one and all to this 39th episode of D&D with Mike.
And with Zoe.
And today we are going to be talking about some bugs. We were supposed to add players, but we've done a playtest. You can check out the video on the channel. And we found at least 2 issues and then a few more. So I've written them down in our little notebook here. Number 1 issue, Steel Joker breaks the game if there are a pariah and a joker on someone else. So the player who stole was the pariah. So what happened is that Zoe had pariah on her. One of the cards that she got was Steel Joker. An opponent had Steel Joker, but because pariah forbids you from choose another opponent, and Steel would technically need to choose you, would technically need to choose an opponent and doesn't allow you to choose yourself, we were not able to actually progress and the game got stuck. This is how that video even ended. Now next, what have we got? Card remains if quitting before discarding. Okay, this one is a very easy one. This one we'll fix quickly. Refuel applies even if broken down if landing on it after the card. So this is fairly interesting. I don't think it's going to be a difficult fix, but we're going to have to look into it. And parented sacks are tiny due to local scale. So let's show them quickly what this is about. Let's do the last one first.
Because it's easy, you just need to deploy a sack.
Well, not really, actually. Deploying a sack shouldn't produce the same problem. In fact, I'll demonstrate to you now. So we're just going to go with 2 players because it's going to be faster. We're going to remove, minimize, and maximize and play. Pause it again. There we go. So let's go to the game manager. Now we're just going to keep on rolling 2s, so it should be the quickest. And we are going to get a deploy stash first. That's the first thing we'll do. So blue's going to roll a 2 and deploy a stash. Now you'll see that the stash looks normal. See? The stash looks like the normal size.
You got another card to do.
To give lol. We're going to do a give lol to ourselves. Now we're going to roll with red, who's also going to get 2 cards, and we're going to give lol to the blue player, and you'll see a different situation. Oh, there was another thing that I didn't write down. Okay. And you can't even see this but from this screen, but if I now pause, go back to maximize and play, you may be able to see
sack
there's a tiny little
that
sack
mine over there.
Yeah, a tiny little sack here on the pink one. And the reason why that is because it's parented, and then it's parented to the tile, as we did last time, in order to get the destruction to work properly. But then it also does the animation where it gets flung there, and it needs to grow from a certain size to a certain size. And the problem is because it's now parented, that size is very small. Okay, so let's go and take a look at this. If we go to the game manager, where is it in the camera? Yes, it is. Okay, so in the gameplay, board, tiles, and this is 7. This one has an inhabitant. There it is, tile object. Now let's see how big this is. This is a 1:1:1 scale for the sack, staying on the tile. Now the other one is probably going to have a much smaller one. So let's... Oh, did I actually guess it? Yes. Yeah, it's at 0.2, which is probably the size that we requested if it weren't a child. So if we take this one and we just pull it out, say here, it's 0.2. You see? But when it's parented, the size is 1. So that's a fairly easy fix. At least I think it is. Let's go and take a look at the tile object, which will have our little launch routine. And it goes to from, let's see, local scale. From starting size to original scale. Now what is original scale? I'm guessing it's inside setup. And it takes transform.local scale. Okay, so the issue is our object, when it's spawned, it takes that local scale and it stores it. And that's not going to work for us. So what we need to do is we need to tell it it's going to be a vector 1 here. So change this, actually just remove original scale altogether, so hit delete. remove this because it's now an error. And here is the original scale, go vector 3.1. Save. Okay, now the problem is the other one is not going to work correctly because I think it's parented after or something like that. So let's go and find put the thing on the tile. Hit Control MO for me. Get tile, blah blah blah. Should be a point tile thing somewhere. There it is. Point tile, deploy stash. Let's see what it does. T, add tile object stash. There it is. Add tile object stash. So tile, add tile object, blah blah blah. Instantiate the tile object. Set up transform parent transform. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna say tile object dot transform. No, it's a variable. Copy, paste. Come on, that makes no sense. How can you get a transform of an enum? Dot transform dot local scale. Oh, this could break minds though. Yeah, the local scale equals vector 3.1. 3.1. Semicolon. Alright, now we need to test whether the mines work. We need to test all possible scenarios. I have a very conflicting relationship with the maximize and play button. Okay. Back to our game manager. 2. Roll a 2. Wanted card is deployed stash. That's the first thing I need to find out. If the stash is gonna look normal. It should. This one should. I'm a bit worried about a mine. Yep. Okay, that works okay.
Now we need to do the give lol.
No, we're gonna do mine first. So deploy mine. Now we're gonna do give lol. We're gonna do give lol to red. I don't know why I deployed 2 sacks because I'm silly.
You had.
Okay, the mine's fine. The give lol to red. Okay. Oh, we're gonna give 2 lols to red. Let's maximize this. Actually, I can just do. Yeah, I can do this. So give joker to red. Give joker to red. And now the sack
that's a big
is
sack.
the correct size. So we're good. Perfect. Awesome. So that's fixed. Let's go back to our game manager. And fixed. Save. Okay, now cards remains if quitting game before discarding. Let's demonstrate this bug. It's very easy
Yeah.
to demonstrate.
And we figured it out because of the getting stuck one.
So I'll just roll the dice to whatever it is, it doesn't particularly matter. Okay, so now you get 500, right? Instead of discarding, I'm gonna close. And it's still there. Right? And I bet you that it's gonna stay there forever. So you can now play, and it's gonna stay there till time immemorial. Yes. Yes. See, and there's still all of them are here.
And they're also
Card.
overlapping still.
Yeah, well, obviously. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to put that card into some kind of. We need to store it when we draw it, and after we've stored it, we need to destroy it when we quit the match. So game over, stash, rules, deck. Oh, private card. Hit Control F. That's not a great name, so it's going to be fairly difficult to find. Do this space equals. Let's try this. Okay. There it is. So that's when we instantiate the card and we remember that card. Well, that means we have it. Does card actually have a destroy system? I guess we could simply call discard now. Discard. Yeah, we could simply call it. I'm afraid it will do other things. So, no, we're gonna do it differently. We're literally gonna destroy the thing right away. So in quit match, we're gonna say card. Don't do it there actually. Sure, just what am I saying? We need to do it differently. So we're gonna say destroy open round bracket card dot game object. This is not great. Close. Save. And here we're gonna say if card is not null. Close. Open squiggly. Yeah. Cut all of this. Paste. So if a card exists, destroy it. All right. Let's see if this works. Should be the only risk for our cards. 2. Roll dice. 7. Gone. And it's not in the hierarchy either. Let's check that quickly the game still works okay. It should, because the deck gets rebuilt every time at the start of a match. Did you see that roll? Sure. Okay, so everything's working fine. Perfect. And this bug is Fixio. Save. Refuel applies even if broken down, if landing on it after a card. So for example, you get a push 3 after you're broken down and you manage to... Actually, we can test that very quickly. Let's see if that's going to work how I expect it to work. So we are going to roll a 9 first. And we're gonna get a push -1. Okay. So broken down, so we shouldn't get a bonus now. I got a push -1. More fuel for next turn, discard. Okay, so it's working as it's supposed to here.
Maybe it's the card. If you get...
I think it was a different card. So the card that we're going to change to it's closest refuel. I think this one generates issues. So let's try and see. Also, it could be a higher quantity of cards to draw. Okay, bonus turn.
More fuel for next turn again.
That's working. Okay, so everything's working fine. But I promised you guys there is a bug here somewhere. I don't know where it is. I think it may have to do with having multiple cards to draw. So, here's what we're going to do. We are going to roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Darn it, it's a...
Remember, we can do whatever we want?
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's... Oh, we can roll an 18. Because I want a double roll so that it gets us... the card we want. So, rather, it gets us 2 draws.
Will it give us 2 draws?
Yeah, because I'm going to land on oil slick and then break down. Right, so I got 2 cards now. See? Let me maximize here. Okay, so I broke down. So I have a skip. Everything's working fine. How did that happen? There is another possibility. Let's roll a I'm not sure actually. Let's roll a 3. No, let's roll a 2 just so we break down again, but this time it's going to give us 2 cards. And with those 2 cards, we're going to do a breakdown right away, and then we're going to fly somewhere. So, or, ooh, let's use swap. No, swap is not going to help us because now I'm moving this guy away. We can do it next time. So yeah, 2 is fine, and then I'm just gonna lose 500. And lose 500, lose 500. Okay, so blue, no turn for you, red, no turn for you. Now blue is gonna get a turn. We're gonna roll a 2, and then we're gonna swap with red and see if that does it. Okay, there's a way to get this bug to occur. I don't know how, but figuring out how is going to be all we need. Okay, so now when we swap with red, what will happen is we will land on blue discard. Okay, see, it doesn't say more fuel for next turn. I can now, I bet you I can both roll and draw a card. Ready? No, I'm wrong.
No.
Draw a card. So I need to swap with him again. Blue discard. That stays on discard for like ever. Oh boy, I can't reproduce it. I can't get the bug. I'm going to try and roll a 2 and then do 1 swap. No, because that will not break me. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm going to roll an 18. I'm going to do another swap because I'm almost sure it was this. Somehow it was something like this. I have no clue. This is a problem. Your daddy can't repro this.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Okay, so I broke down. Now I'm going to get 1 swap. Red discard. Now I'm gonna draw a card, and I'm gonna the card I'm gonna draw is closest refuel. More people. It's working. Okay, so we can't reproduce this. So let's try and see if we can find any place where we get an insta refuel somehow. Right?
Okay.
Should be on evaluate tile. There it is, evaluate landing tile, right? And let's see what happens when we land on refuel. So we change the score, we add a refuel. Okay, that's good. We add a refuel. Now how does add refuel look like? I think it's just a number, isn't it? Hit Control MO. Add refuel. There it is. Refuel turns plus turns. Yeah, well, so it's just an int. That's what I expected. Then we simply instantiate the effect. Okay. Now here we check if the player is ourselves. Check if refuel available. Okay. So I assume that this, if I remember correctly, this function actually also decreases the refuel by 1. So if wait for card play phase, and then if broken down turns is higher than 0, more fuel. Right, that's good. Otherwise, blah blah blah. Then if instead we're not waiting for the card, if broken down turns, add refuel. So we give it back, I think, after checking. Huh. And then we go to discard. But there's no message here. Oh, there is one. Yes, down here. Keep your fuel for next turn. Draw a card. Player just broke down during his first part of the turn. Give back a refuel. Do we have any of that back? Yeah. Had just broken down. Give back a refuel. Player just broke down during his first part of the turn. Give back a refuel. If you have no broken down turns, then this. Huh. Well, everything seems to have been covered here, so I'm not sure. We're gonna have to keep on testing and figure out where it is, because I literally need more info. I don't know what to do. The bugs doesn't seem to be there, but I am probably wrong. I just don't know how. So we're just gonna write can't
I think
repro.
oh
Xant. Xant. Okay, yeah, write the word repro at the end. With 2 spaces, it's way better. Repro. Yeah, remove one of those double spaces. Otherwise, my OCD is going to like fire. Save. Now, Steel Joker breaks the game with their pariah. Okay, this one shouldn't be that difficult. Yeah. And I wonder if it's just Steel Joker. So let's see if we can reproduce that one. For that one, we need a minimum of 3 players. We're going to need a player to be a pariah and a player to have jokers. So we're going to roll a 2 and give jokers. So 2, give jokers. Okay, and we're going to give jokers 1 to green and 1 to red, for example. Okay, so that's done. Now it's Red's turn. Red is going to get a target me. Where is it? Where is target me? Ah.
There it is. It's one of the first ones we made. We butchered the enum, but
Yeah,
we
it's
made
still
it
giving
pretty
dividends.
right.
That's the best thing one of them. Now we're gonna say steal lol. Okay. Okay, select the victim. Cannot select green because red's pariah. Can't steal from yourself.
And now we stuck. The game is stuck.
The game's broken. We can't move forward. Alright. So, let's go take a look. Actually, before we do that, let's retest this with a different card. But I think none of the other cards will produce this effect. That's my bet. Actually, we didn't really need 3 players for this. I'm silly, I forgot to. Well, at least... Yeah, no, we need a player to get 2. A roll of 2 the same. Okay, so now we're gonna roll a 2. We're gonna get pariah first, and then something like steal 500. Okay, now steal. I'm curious. Let's just steal. Well, sure. Let's do one thing. Steal 500. You're the only one pariah. The only pariah discard. Okay, so the game's working here. So
could we add that to the Steel Joker then?
Oh wait, that's not gonna work. Yeah, probably, but I think the Joker does another test, which is that's why I'm trying to verify now if the Joker would work okay or not. Okay, so I've done this, and now is it Red's turn? Yeah. So Red's gonna get 4 cards. We're gonna get pariah as the first card. And then we're gonna try the Joker again. Because nobody else has Jokers, so I think it's going to work, is my guess. So we're gonna get 4 cards so we can experiment quite a bit. We're gonna be pariah.
We had 1 more bonus.
Well, we got 6 cards to experiment.
Yay.
Okay, so we're pariah now. Now let's do steal law. No jokers to steal this card. That's what I expected. And now we're gonna do a give joker to blue.
Oh dear. Oh no dear. We have to give it to ourselves.
Yeah, that's okay. Now we're gonna give 1 to blue. Now we're going to pariah again. What a turn. And then we're going to steal law. select the victim because it knows there is an available victim, but then it says, hey, actually you need to pick the pariah.
And then you actually get...
So this is a specific bug with Steel LOL because Steel LOL works a bit special, right? So let's go and take a look at the play card thingy. Steel LOL, it's probably down here. LOL, clear LOL, give LOL, Steel LOL. So give LOL should never be an issue. That's fine. Check for LOL count. That's the one. Okay, so let's go take a look at check for LOL count. So let's see. List LOL is clear. For int player count I, list players LOL count is higher than 0 and I is not yourself. Add the LOL counts so we can get LOL counts. Okay. Where was I? Not here, not here, not here, not here, not here. Ah, I'm looking at the wrong one. My bad. There. So check for LOL count returns a bool. Appoint card CT victim phase. Right? So the problem is you're the only pariah should be the thing that says that. Right?
But look, it says no jokers to steal. Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's because check for LOL count returned nothing, right? When you're checking against not yourself. But now you need to pick the pariah. So the problem is right here. It's fairly easy, really. So, or rather, I think that maybe check for LOL count could return us a false if you're the only pariah, right? So if there are more than 2 and you're a pariah, then we should get a false, but then the false would give us this, so that's not ideal. So perhaps it's better for us to stay here, right? Now let's see which one checks for pariah. Aha! Check for pariah. That's the one. Okay, so copy check for pariah, paste it here. That's for swap. Now if list pariah's count is 1 and list pariah contains yourself, so if there's only one pariah and that pariah is you,
discard phase.
Okay, so copy all of this, paste it here, save. So if there is one pariah and that pariah is you, discard right away and color you're the only pariah, discard, save.
And this should have fixed it.
I think so. I'm a bit worried that we may have broken something else, so we're gonna do a couple of tests.
Okay.
Right, so roll a 2 as usual, and let's do a Steel LOL right away. No jokers to steal. Perfect.
That's correct.
And
Draw a card, you got another card, so
wait.
pariah.
I'm just gonna draw the same one for now. Okay, now blue is gonna draw target me. And then Steel LOL. No jokers to steal. Perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to read.
And it goes on.
That's right. Now we're gonna go to give LOL. And then we're gonna go Steel LOL. Actually no, wait. Let's just do give LOL. So we're gonna do give LOL to. We must select the pariah. Right. Good. Give LOL to red. Okay. Who's doing this? Okay. So give LOL. No, I'm gonna go to. Oh, that should be interesting. So I'm gonna say target me. I'm gonna do it twice. And now blue is gonna do Steel LOL. Let's see what happens. Because there's only one pariah and the only pariah does not have a LOL. Okay. Yep. Select the pariah. No jokers here.
We got stuck again.
You got stuck again.
Oh, Jet.
Thought so. Okay, so if list pariah count is 1 and list pariah is you, do that. Then we will need to check for lol count with only that player. And there is no. Can we check? Yeah, we can probably check that. Okay, so we'll make a small change here. Close a bracket here, and then cut all of this. Okay. Put another if here. Open round. Paste. Now wait. Open a squiggly. Enter. Enter. Close it. I closed 2, so undo once. Undo. All right. So, what in the world's going on? Save. So cut these 2. Paste. Paste. Not copy. Oh, undo, 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 undo. Copy. Cut. I mean, cut. Paste. Else. Open squiggly. Enter. Enter. Close squiggly. Save. Save. So if there's only one pariah, and that pariah is you, do this. Now, if the other pariah is someone else, we need to... Oh, do we know who the other pariah is? No, we don't. But there is a list of pariahs. But we know it's only one. Okay, so that sounds good. Do this. If... Open round. Now, what does list pariahs contain? Player. Perfect. Copy. Paste. Square bracket. 0. Close square bracket. Dot. Lol count. Lol count equals 0. Close round. Open. Close. Save. So if the other pariah, who is also a pariah, or who is a pariah other than yourself, doesn't have lols, then we can't steal from him. So we should say copy all of this, paste here, and should say red the pariah doesn't have lol, doesn't have joker, doesn't have jokers. I think that's actually not enough. Jokers. Save. Alright. So if the list of pariahs count is higher than 1, okay, we need to wait a second. Yes, and that's you. Okay.
Just steal
wait,
from
let
pariah.
me think. If the list contains you, if the list does not contain you, okay. But if the list of pariahs is higher than 1 and the pariahs don't have jokers, that's what we also need to check. It's chaos. So create a bool on the fly, call it test, equals false, semicolon. Yeah. 4 int I 0 I blah blah blah. I lower than list of pariahs dot count. Oh, I just realized something. Save. That's actually not good enough. Here you need to say if open round list pariahs dot count higher than 0, close, open, enter, close. Cut all of this, paste it here. Okay. Remove this, save. So we also need to check that there are actually pariahs. And the check for that's fine. So for in pariahs.count, and now we need to check whether the pariahs have jokers. Okay, so we already know that pariah. Oh no, because it could be you having the pariah. Okay, change the test to an int and change it to 0. Save. Okay, so here you're gonna say if
Oops.
How is list pariah built? It doesn't matter because it's a player. Okay, so if list pariahs
Everything went wrong.
You can see that. Yes. If list pariahs square bracket I is not equals, wait, this thing, copy, paste, close round, open squiggly and close squiggly, save, test, copy, paste, plus equals, list pariahs I, copy, paste, dot, lol count, yeah, close, semicolon, yeah, save. Okay, that's it. Now we've done the entire loop and we've just created a quick int to check if there are any pariahs with lol counts, and if there are some, then we're fine, otherwise we're not. Okay, so if test higher than 0, close, open, else, save. So I cut this, put this into the else. Okay, save. And if test is higher than 0, no, I'm silly. Cut this, my bad. Put it here, save, and copy this, paste. The pariahs, put an S, don't have jokers. Discard, save. Okay, I have no idea whether we fixed everything. It's possible, but it's also possible within. This is a lot of test cases. All right. Well, first we need to do it with you being the only pariah. Let's do it with 3 players again. So again, let's keep rolling 2s so it gives us good cards. So we're gonna do a Joker wants you, lol token. There it is.
So this person will get 2 lol tokens.
No, this person will get 1 lol token.
Okay.
I guess, yeah. Sure. No, and the other one's gonna be a pariah. No, yeah, you're right. Let's do second lol token. Okay. Now this one is going to be a pariah and then get a steal. So target me. Target me. Steal Joker. You're the only pariah. Discard.
That's what we made it say.
Yeah.
So that worked.
Now, the pariah doesn't have any jokers, so we're gonna try steal lol again. The pariah doesn't have jokers. Discard.
That worked too.
Now I'm gonna do a target me on this guy. Pariahs now. Ready? Steal Joker on the red. Red is the only one with jokers. He wants to steal from the pariah. No jokers to steal. this card. It's interesting because this went somewhere else. There, this is where it went. So check for lol count, right? Because it excludes you. So that's not it. Okay, sounds good.
Plus, they both
Let's
don't
just
have
stay
levels.
as we are. So let's say red, blue now. Blue is going to again roll that. But neither of the two pariahs should have. The pariahs don't have jokers. So we've reproduced this one, and this one. So that's good. And this one, right? Now we are gonna do a get lol.
Get lol is
Lol
lol token.
Okay. Now we're gonna do another steal lol. This time we're green, so the green's a pariah, but so is the blue one. So it should work.
That worked.
Okay, sounds good. And now I'm the only pariah, so it's not gonna work. Okay. So now red is going to do steal lol, and he will have to target the pariah, and then that's it. Well, then it will be impossible.
Oh dear, we got stuck in draw a card. What just happened?
I don't know, but this is a big one. Okay,
Everything
so let's
turned off.
check the situation here. There is one pariah with a lol, and for some reason we're never switching. So
And
I
you
think
can't even press buttons.
yeah, I think this entire thing isn't playing, but that's weird because it should end up here, but it doesn't. So I guess the check for lol count passes. So we're here. We check for. Let's look at loose ends here. So blah. This is an if and an else. This is an if and no else. So if the list of pariahs count is higher than 0, the answer is no. Right, we have nothing if the pariah is 0. So else, open, enter, close. Even though this is a bit weird, save, because there is a pariah here.
Turn it off, it's gonna crash.
It's green. That's fine, I don't care. Copy this. Paste. No, my bad, undo. Again. Copy this. Paste. Save. So if there are no pariahs, but there is one. So but that's definitely a loose end we've got. So that's fixed. This one is not a loose end, not a loose end, not a loose end. Because this looks like a bug of a loose end, right? So we ended up in a part of the if that we have nothing. And that's why it didn't come out. So we're going to try and reproduce this one. Let's look at it closely. So we are red. We have a lol. There is only one pariah who has a lol. Okay? So player with a lol trying to steal a lol from pariah with lol. Okay. Oh my word. This is pretty chaotic. So let's do target me first. And then we're going to do lol token. Or just one.
That's to do the... Oh. Last we got a bonus turn, so it's fine.
He's going to get 3 cards then. Lol token.
Why do you give 2 lols to the pariah? You could have given 1 to somebody else.
I couldn't. He's a pariah.
Oh yeah, he has to give it to himself.
Yeah, that's right. So roll a 2. Get 1. And now steal. Lol. Same thing.
You can't click again.
That's so odd. Okay, so let's go back here. Check for lol count. That's definitely passing, no question. Check for pariahs. It's passing. Well, it's not a pass or a fail, so it doesn't matter. If the list of pariahs is 1, which is the case, so we're here. If the list of pariahs contains me, then discard. Else, there's another loose end.
Oh dear.
So put an else here. And copy this. Paste this. Save.
Work now.
They're the loose ends. Right? It's very, very, very bad code there. Right? We got all exceptions. I don't like it at all. We would need to do something much more intelligent if this were a proper game. You know, lady. Okay, so again, we had a target me to do, and then a lol token, then a lol token. Where are you?
He'll only need 1 lol token.
No, blue needs a lol token.
Then
I think this one is actually quite irrelevant, but still lol. Select a victim. Select playlist pariah. Okay. So I think we've fixed them all. I cannot. Let's quickly check for another loose end. So let's do every if. Okay. If, else. Let's go in this if. All right. What's in this if? Another if. This one is a finish line, so to speak, right? This is where the thing ends, and we're good. So this if is covered. Let's go to the else. There's another if. This is the end, else this is also an end. Therefore, this if is completely covered. So this positive one is completely correct. Let's go to else, meaning negative. That one ends here. So there's another if in here, okay, which has this, which is irrelevant, then another if, and this if closes here, and then else also closes here. So all of this is fine. So this if is done. Else closes here. So all of this is done. Therefore, all of this big else is done. Therefore, all of this huge if is done. And then there's an else, which is also closing point. We're fine. At least in theory.
good.
So let's see if we'll find any other similar problems, but it's a proper nightmare, this. Okay. So save this. Now there's another error that happened during the playtest, which I somehow didn't include in the list, and I'll try and show you now.
What one?
You'll see. So let's do 3 players, and let's change the card to give lol, and let's change the roll to a 10. Let's do a 10. 10 will be fine. Okay, ready? By the way, the best way to do this is by showing the gizmos. They're already there. What gizmos do we have? Selection wire, you can do that. Okay. Give Joker, share one to yourself, one to the other. Okay, now red's turn. Alright. Now, I'll show you something before I click on the whole give lol. Please be patient. Alright, so I'm gonna grab the card, and now let's stop here. Now let's look at the players. See the selection box of this player, the collider? You can see it there, right?
Oh, yes, I remember.
Look at the collider of the green.
They're connecting?
Well, this is a bad example, but suppose you were green and you would want to select red. What mommy did is she clicked here. And as you can see, she hits
Red.
the green box as opposed to the red box. So she targeted herself once by mistake. Now the reason why that happened is because these boxes are so high. And we had made them this high to sort of make him comfortable to click on. So I've got an idea. We could completely replace them with spheres. Okay, so you would basically need to click on the tile area. So let's try on the fly doing this. Select them all, remove the box collider, add component, type sphere, SPU is sufficient. Yeah, but with a H, it's not a spear. Sphere, okay. And I think this is probably the wrong size. There it is. Okay, so we can make it about this much. And you can see that even at the steepest of angles, they don't overlap.
Mm-hmm.
So the risk should be substantially lessened. Now 1.5 would be more or less the correct size. I think that's probably good enough. That's probably good enough. So let's simply do this to fix it.
Okay.
Now I don't remember if the player has a box glider in it. Let's take a look. I don't see it. So we should be fine. Maybe the player motor does, but I doubt it. I'd be very surprised. No. Okay, good. So the player, go to our prefabs, find your player, drag him in, tell him, hello, Mr. Player. You thought you were a box glider, but no. You have a sphere collider, and it's 1.5 in radius. And apply. Delete. Play. So we're not even going to test this, we're just going to check that they work and you can click them. That's really all that matters. So here they're quite close to one another. So that's already a pretty decent example. Let me just change the card so it's one of those. Give lol should be fine. Okay. So we got a double. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm going to try and click blue on the limit. I got blue.
The lol. Now
I'm going to try and click green on the limit near blue. I may get one of the two. I still got green, which is what I expected, right? So it looks like it's working more or less okay. Let's take a look at this guy. So there's the sphere. You can see that there's a bit of overlap between the two. It's actually quite significant, but it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, we just want to avoid erroneous selections, because if the camera's kind of pointing like this, you're still going to hit blue because blue comes first. The green one is further behind. So, and the raycast stops at the first thing it hits. Well, that's because how we made it. We could make the raycast go on. Yeah, so there's that. Okay, so we got a little bit of time. Do you want to try and experiment with the whole thing about having more than 4 players?
Mm-hmm. Let's do that.
Let's do that. So
we have to do some expanding of arrays first.
I'm not sure what we're gonna have to do. The first thing I want to look at is the board on the gameplay, because the board has a bunch of start tiles, and they're right here, right? Then there's these up here. These are also not ideal, so there's a bit to do. So there. All right. So if we're going to expand this, we need to create more of these. So press E to rotate. Okay, that's it. Press W. E to rotate. W. E to rotate. W. E to rotate. W. Control D 4 times. One more. Okay. Wait before you rotate. Okay, let's begin by doing some rotations. E to rotate. Okay, W. E to rotate. W, wait, W. It's not gonna be perfect, but I don't care. E to rotate. W. And E to rotate. And W.
Ow.
All right. Look at this absolute chaos.
It's funny though.
It is.
We-
All right.
we
So
gotta add
rename
more-
this one to 4. 4. Yeah. 5, 6, 7. Save. Okay, so that's 7 dice, 1 and 2. Score. All right. Wait before you duplicate anything. So the first thing that I would definitely want to do with the scores is reduce their width. Yeah, let's do it to like 2.5. So it's a little bit smaller because they're quite large. They don't need to be this large. And we have plenty of room. So hold control. Stop. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Okay, hold control. Release. Say -7 here. So I may be exaggerating now, I'm not sure. So, okay.
I don't think that will fit 8 players.
Just relax for a minute. So it should be about here. Yeah, put a -3 here. Yeah, I think this will be all right. They are a little bit, it's a little bit crammed towards there, so I'd like to give it a bit of a boost to the left. Let's see by how much. Yeah, put 0.5 here, just put a 5. Yeah, and change this one to -4. Yes, I think this is going to be much more advisable. Sounds good. So therefore, this one is a 4. Duplicate this one. Oh, what am I saying? It's supposed to be 8, not 6. So maybe you were right. I don't know. It looks like there is room. Put 0.5 here. Yeah, that's good. Let's do it directly on this view. So let's change this to 8. Yeah, that's good. Let's change this to 5.5. And wait, what's the delta? -3. Therefore, if this is 5.5, this one will be -2.5. Yeah, okay, so that's a little short. That's all right.
And hitting the dice.
Yeah, I can see that. So we're gonna just narrow them down to 2.
That works.
Sorta. The dice are still kind of there. So let's see if we can do a little bit more squishy squashy. So how about -9? I want to see their quadrants. Yeah, okay, they don't overlap. Good. So -9, therefore this one needs a -1. And this one needs a -1.5. Which means we're now super far from the dice. Hi.
Now I need to duplicate.
Wait, I don't like this. It's too far. So -3.2. Let's do -3. -3 is pretty good, right? Then -6. That won't fit. -5.5. Yes, I think I'm gonna like this. -5.5. -7. -8. Whoops. 8. Yeah. And this one is gonna be -10.5, I guess. Yes. All right.
That works.
Yeah, I
now
think
need
these
to
look pretty
duplicate
good.
4 times.
So yeah, so hold shift, type Control D. Okay. And let's put the instructions at the top. So there goes our body 0. Now let me see the Y and Z. Okay, Y and Z are both 0. So just select all these and you just go 0, 0. That's safe. So 1 is supposed to go where 3 is, so the opposite way. So that's a +3. Then there's 2, 5.5. Then there's 1, 8. And then there should be 10.5. There we go.
And
Okay.
everything fits.
Rename this to 4. 5. 6. 7.
Those are
Okay.
done.
So
Now
these are ones-
buttons. We need to add more buttons.
Why? No, I think they're fine.
No, the buttons in menu.
Yeah, no, wait a moment. Before we do the menu, that's a completely separate problem. I want to know if we have any number 4s or anything like that, because that's not going to be nice. So let's take a look here at our... I don't see a max players or something like that. Type hit control F and type max, M-A-X. Just type max, M-A-X. Okay. Max card type amounts, max level count. Doesn't seem like there's any max players anywhere. Okay, look for this. None. Okay, well this makes me hope. This makes me hope. So I'll tell you what, I think I'll agree with you. Let's go to the menu. And let's just add buttons. Alright. So there are all of our buttons. We got 2, etc. So let's figure out how we will place all of this. Where do we have room? So the total amount of buttons will be how many?
The total amount of buttons, well, we have 2, 3, 4. We have to have 5, 6, 7, and 8, so we need 4 more, which is 7 buttons.
Alright, we're gonna have 7 buttons. Now how can we divide this so that they fit evenly? 1 at the top and 3
in columns down here.
Yeah, that would still look a bit stupid. I'm trying to figure out some kind of layout that would make sense. 2, 3, 4, 5. Is there any layout that we can try that will be interesting? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could do a tree. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. Aha! We could do a hexagon. That would work. Okay. It's a bit silly, but it should work. So, all right. The deal here is we need to actually mess with these. So the first thing we should do is reduce this to about this. Hit undo for me. Okay, just hold control. Release control. 0.4. That one works. Now wait, the hold control. Release control. Okay, there they are. All right, now hold control. Sure, hold control. No, hold it. Hold. That'll do. Release. Minus 0.2. 0.3. 0.2. 0.3. Wrong. Try 0.3. 0.25. So that logo is kind of in the way. I wonder if we could do something more interesting. Let's see, 0.3. 0.5. Sure. And let's try with 0. Okay. I'm not sure. I don't like anything. Let's do that. 2. Okay, so the delta between them is 0.3. Remember this. Okay? So
0.3 is the delta.
That's right. So 0.1 here. Whole 0.1 seems high. Let's do 0. Seems low. 0.05. 8. 0.08. That sounds good to me. Hold control. Stop it.
0.3 is the delta.
Right. If that's the delta, being where we are should be fine. Okay. Duplicate this here 4 times. Let's put quit up here. Okay. So now hold control. Don't actually. You said the delta 0.3?
Yep.
It's 0.6 actually. No, it's not. What the fudge? What the fudge? It's 0.5. Your daddy's lying. Why does your daddy lie? I don't know. He is stupid. Okay, let's go back to 0.4 right here. What the fudge? 0, 0.08, and 0.
Splat, 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 splat.
Wait. Oh, what happened? Okay, so I guess 1. Sounds good. Now then this one, 0.08. What is this one? It's 0.1, therefore this one must be 0.6. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, those two are still overlapping.
That's alright, we'll fix it in a moment. So if that's 0.08 and this one is 0.3, it's minus 0.22. Okay, so 0.08 minus 0.22. And so minus 0.14. And both of them get a Z of 1 for some crazy reason. Alright. And this one is going to be same as number 2, therefore minus 0.1. And this one is 0.4. There, we got a hexagon, more or less.
That says 4 players, 5 times.
I'm not really sure this looks very good. I think this looks pretty dreadful, but we can live with it. So we can move all of these further down. I don't like where they are. They are too high. So why do you think the Y is different? Unity! See that Y, 0.3. See that Y, 0.3. If I click on both, that's supposed to say 0.3, but it doesn't. Because you have some like float errors probably. I don't know, but it's annoying. 0.25. Sure, let's do that. So instead of 0.08, let's lower this by 0.5. Whoa! That's better. And let's lower this one by 0.05, which means 0.019. Okay, that's better spaced a little bit. Okay, let's rename this one. Put a 5 here. Name this one. Put a 6 here. Rename this one. Put a 7 here. And rename this one. Whoops. Rename this one. Put a 8 here. Hit enter. Okay, now we need to change the text on all of these.
Not all of them?
Yeah, that's true. Put a 5 over here. Put a 6 over here. Put a 7 over here. Put an 8 over here. Save. Alright, so we got all of this done.
8 players.
Save again. And now what we need to do is we need to go and check where the buttons are pressed, which I guess is in Input Manager actually. Button. Game Manager, script code, no, not what we want. That's in gameplay, my bad. Menu. Player count, Game Manager script equals player count I+2. Eh? I menu buttons. Oh, where are these? Oh, it's a serialized field, so we need to add them.
We need to increase the array, not the array, the enum.
Yeah. Okay, wait. Copy. Oh, my bad. Copy. Paste. 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 5, 6, 7, 8. Save. Now I saw that the Input Manager actually contains those. So we need to increment this number to 8. Now leave quit here, but we want the 8 player just before the quit. Unless I got it wrong. Let me go one by one. Yeah, gameplay quit button, that's separate. 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, save. Now this could be crazy, but it could already work. Yeah, it's crazy because we still need to give
player colors.
Player color, that sort of stuff. So raise position names. Okay, 8. So you want 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Okay, it's one thing done. Object meshes, that's fine. Tile bunchers, that's fine. Nice resolutions, nice. Player color, that's 8. Next, What do we put?
Fuchsia?
Fuchsia? Yeah, some kind of like really weird pink, but I think that's not very distinctive. We need a pinker pink. Like
brown. Next.
Ugh, that's brown. Brown's gotta be last. It's like the ugliest color there is in the world. Let's put like a lighter brown like this. I suspect that with the metallic though, this may blend in. Okay, so let's definitely put some kind of black, like really, really dark gray. Let's put some kind of white. And let's put some kind of orange. And let's put some kind of purple and avoid the bloody brown. Brown is just bad. Hey, are you gonna play the brown player? No! Alright, so goodbye brown. Color hexes. This will sort itself out, but just to make sure I'm gonna...
What's that?
These are hexadecimal values for HTML colors. It's internet colors, basically. Okay, 8. So we said the next one is orange.
I'll just turn on
Purple.
Capsac.
Black. White.
Who wants to play the black player?
I like black. Black's awesome. Save. Labs Korea. Game scores. Oh. So, 0.05, 0.04,
7, 4,
0.02, 0.01. There you go. You're gonna get 1% of 5 grand. No, of whatever it is. What's the? I don't even know how much you're valued for the lap.
Game scores, we did it right.
How much you're valued for the lap? I don't know. Ah yeah, there it is. That's the one. 3K. So you get 3% of 3K. That's $30. Cool.
Don't we need to add to the crossing the line counts?
No.
So 8th and stuff like that.
Just did.
Oh yeah.
Stash. No matter. List. Oh. Text player scores. Almost forgot an important bit.
We don't want to forget the scores.
Which is it's just the objects. Not in the board. Is it in the board? Yes, it is. UI. There it is. So 4, 5,
Book.
6, 7. Save. Ready for a test? Moment of truth.
Yeah. That wasn't very moment of truth, my yas.
8. Explosion. But let's see the situation. So I think
index out of range.
all of these look correcto. They're all placed in places.
This one looks like the same.
What?
This one looks like red.
Orange looks like red to you?
Kind of, yeah.
Oh, come on.
It looks a little bit like red.
You're out of your mind. I have a colorblind girl. Okay, so we got a bunch of cars. Let's take a look at them. Oh, Unity. Why must you have so many bugs? I need to check Unity 2018. I haven't done it yet. Are they sufficiently distinguishable among cars? I would definitely think so.
Yes, they look distinct.
Skip. Okay, color player, color hexes, list turn sequence, active play, list turn sequence, active play. Huh?
Player color names, we got it.
Player color hexes.
Do we have that one?
Yes.
List turn sequence.
Wait, well, I've literally just checked that one, and I'm guessing it gets built on the fly. So hit Control F. So we're gonna find loads of them that I don't care about. Let's do it from here. There's the variable. New string player count. Well, that should be correct, mate. Player colors. So let's go again. Outer range. List turn sequence. Active play. I wonder if the list turn sequence instead. Hit Control F. How is this constructed? No, I guess it's gonna be fine. I don't understand though. So who's supposed to go first? Purple. So he couldn't find purple. Well, let's go back here and just could have put a debug.log. Open round. Now type quote active colon space colon space quote plus copy paste close semicolon save. Copy all of this, paste it here, copy all of this, paste it here, cut this, paste it here, turn sequence. It doesn't matter, just do something quickly. Sequence. Because this episode is dragging on, my dear. Save.
Yeah, it's over an hour. We gotta hurry.
Copy all of this.
So many debugs.
Paste it here. Well, I don't know what's wrong, so
That's
it says out of range, so that's quite a lot of possibilities. So hex, hex. Copy all of this. Paste it here. Copy all of this. Paste it here. And color. Copy this. Paste it here. Save. Moment of truth was a lie.
Yeah.
Sadness. 8 players. Okay, active 0, turn sequence 4, and index out of range for the hex. So the hex is being incorrectly calculated. There should be a function called setup color hexes. There it is. New string player count. For in that player count, player color utility, player colors I. Debug.log. Open round. Copy. Paste. Dot length. Close round.
Maybe we forgot to date player count?
No. That one should be correct. Because everything else is matching, right? It's just the color hexes that are wrong. So I'm not sure what's happening. There's 4. Because it's done at start. That's the issue. This is a lie. This is wrong. So I thought, I mean, we were going to need something like this. We only needed once, but that's fine. So let's do it in state, I guess. That's not a great, add it in infrastructure. Go serialize field. Close square bracket. Private int. Max players equals 8. Players equals 8. 8, semicolon. Undo once and then save. Now the reason why, copy this. Now the reason why this is happening, this bug, is because the calculation for this hexes is done before knowing how many players there are, and it's never redone. Paste this here, and now paste this here. Save. And now it's gonna be fine.
Good.
Save.
Real moment of truth.
Yeah. Well, it looks like it's already working. I just want to get rid of all of these debug logs first. Save. Control MO. Too much noise. Save.
Real moment of truth.
Real moment of truth. Somebody is excited. An 8-year-old girl is excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yellow! You're next.
One of the original colors is next.
Yeah, and there's white.
No white now.
This should be a pretty exciting amount of players.
And let's see if we find a bug along the way. Ah! Oh, it's for next turn.
Orange. Oh, look at the white dice. That's new.
Oh dear.
Can't click on anyone. I don't think this is anything.
Raycast, maybe?
Active player didn't draw. Yeah, it could be a problem with the recasts. I don't know. Well, we'll check it again next time. I guess this is not the last episode after all. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you again for hopefully the last episode, episode 40. Goodbye, everyone.
See ya.